What's up, everyone? So today we're going to be doing Venus in the 8th house. What happens when Venus is in your 8th house in your birth horoscope? Let's not waste time. Let's get started. So, 8th house. What is 8th house? 8th house is sudden events in your life. It could be good, it could be bad. You know, this is why they say it's 8th house is a house of death and rebirth. Death, bad. Rebirth, good, depending upon how you want to take it. Okay, 8th house represents your assets, your joint assets with your husband or wife. How your joint assets are going to be. Okay, it represents your in-laws, your relationship with the in-laws, and how beneficial in-laws will be in your life. 8th house is a house of secrecy. It's a house of occult science. It's a house of tantric, any hidden knowledge, secret societies, mining jobs where you go underground and you dig things up. So a dig ditcher can be seen from this placement. Okay. Now, Venus, you already know what that is. Redundantly say that. So when Venus comes into the 8th house, first of all, what happens, Venus represents what? Love and marriage and relationship and passion and, assets, luxurious items, anything that represents sensuality, creativity, art, painting, So in this house, Venus, shows a union of a marriage and secrecy. Because Venus is a significator, karaka, of marriage. And especially in a man's chart, it shows his ceremony, him finding his wife in a very secretive manner. Maybe the husband saw the wife at some party, yet they did not talk to each other, didn't say to each other, yet they met under certain circumstances where they quietly met at some restaurant or quietly met at some place and started talking. So, because 8th house represents secrecy and Venus represents the marriage and the relationship with females and women, so it becomes secret. Your relationship with your wife will be a very secret one. You will not reveal too much to the world as to how much you love your wife or what do you do with your wife, where do you go with your wife. And this also represents affairs, but it may not really represent a extramarital affair. It may actually represent your affair with a female native or females in your life, especially your girlfriend or wife. Okay, in a female chart also, it represents the same thing, but not to the extent that it does in the male's chart. Okay, here your wife could be. This is what happens with the Venus in the 8th house. Venus does very well in the 8th house. However, what happens is when a man gets married or he is in a relationship with a female, he finds that he's in a confinement now, that it's a death-like situation, meaning that you may be happy in your life, in your married life, but you will feel like, okay, I can't do anything without getting an approval from my wife. Meaning that your wife will now control everything in your life, all the aspects of your life. Even though it'll be a good thing, your wife wants to be engaged in your life, but it'll just feel like, oh, I can't do anything properly unless I have an approval from my wife. I know I want to get this car that I'd suddenly like, but let me call my wife and let me just make sure that she's okay with it. Okay, so she will control this, but the wife may not be so compassionate towards your wrong deeds in this position. Like if you do something wrong, she might punish you for life for this. She may be committed to you. She will be with you, throughout thick and thin, but she'll be like, I still remember what you did wrong. Now, as I say, this represents in-laws also. So after marriage, with Venus, a very positive planet, the most positive planet, next to Jupiter, being in the 8th house will help you drive a lot of helpful assets and gains through the help of in-laws. So let's say you're in trouble, you're in some financial trouble, and if you can just get this one approval from the bank, you will get everything sorted out. And then what happens is your in-laws, your father-in-law might say, hey, I know this person at the bank, let me call them and talk to them. So in that way, in that regards, your in-law will come in to help. It won't be just like, oh, you get married and you suddenly get a huge dowry from your in-laws, even though you don't want it. And they say, oh, here's your house, here's this, here's that. No, what it really means is that they will provide you with contacts and resources to help you gain more wealth. But what this happens with this placements with Venus is that your assets, your joint assets after marriage really flourish with your wife. So even though there's a bad in this, where the relationship is really stricken and strained with your wife just for a little mishap, however, the blessings of Venus is that, okay, your assets will grow. Your combined joint assets will grow. These people, they believe in the occult, but they'll never reveal to you that they believe in the occult. They will deny. They will deny, I don't believe in tantricism, I don't believe in Vedic astrology, I don't believe in any kind of meditation or going into another dimension or kundalini, I'm just a believer of God, I'm this. But secretly they're dealing with. They love secret dealings. These people have more secrets than anybody else. Because the secrets that they are holding are driving their assets, are driving their conveniency and luxury. So their conveniency, remember happiness, Venus is happiness and conveniency. Their conveniency isn't keeping secrets. So if somebody believes in Vedic astrology, they'll completely deny, I don't believe in astrology. But in the secretly, they're calling their astrologer, okay, what do I do now? What do I do this? If they were given an interview regarding any of these things, they will deny the matter. If they were to ask, hey, did you talk to this person? We found out you were speaking to the prime minister of this country and you want to make this secret dealing. So no, I didn't talk to anybody. So they're very secretive in that regards. If you're a female with this position, you are a natural healer. You have the ability to heal people. Male also, but a female has this blessing of a goddess to help people out in it. So they have a very tremendous healing energy. A female with this placement will be very strict regarding the family assets. Like you would want to make sure where your husband is spending his money, where your husband is, trying to make an investment. You want to be a complete part of that situation. But the belief in the occult is there. Also, this represents, remember, Venus is love and relationship. 8th house is tremendous ups and downs. So here Venus can give extramarital affairs, but these are the kind of affairs that may not damage your love life. It may not, the secret will never come out. Where you can have a secret affair for 20 years, nobody will know. That can happen. Unless Venus is damaged, then the weakness of Venus will bring your affair out. Now, Venus here in the 8th house can also make a person go into industries like sex industry, meaning porn, can make a person a prostitute, and can also lead a person into a industry where the qualities of Venus are exploited. So in a way, you can say this is a place where film industry is seen, but not in a way because Venus is being exploited in a film industry. Look, if you pick one actor, let's say you pick Tom Cruise, how many love scenes has he has been in front of the camera with different actresses? So in a way, in an artificial way, Venus's energy is being exploited because he's touching another woman while he's married, he's kissing another woman while he's married, and this is where Venus's energy gets damaged. And this is why you see a lot of film stars getting divorces, a lot of film stars getting breakup from relationship, because of the fact they think they're not doing anything, yet they're still exploiting the energy of Venus by engaging with some other woman, even though it's an artificial act called acting. They're still engaging it, so exploiting it. So in a way, film industry is seen from this, and this placement of Venus can leave a legacy, meaning that it's a legacy of a very tremendous legacy where people may treat you like a king. Because of the fact 8th house is the most difficult place for you to be in. And when you have a Venus that represents conveniency, that shows that your conveniency was achieved through a lot of hard work. And all the people who make it big in any industry all have the most difficult charts, meaning that they had to go through a lot of struggle to make it where they are today. But guys, this was my analysis on Venus in the 8th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe above. And if you want to know more about Venus and where it's placed in your chart and other planets, check out my link below. Check out my book, The Astrology at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you a link to look at your own chart so you can study my book and your chart and come to this channel and look at all sorts of things, including future episodes that will help you understand your chart a bit more. So for that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.